once again, we've reached the end of the football season for the kids. And man, this time is always hard for me because I feel like it was just yesterday we started the season. I was drafting the kids. I was at the evaluations. I made my stars next to the players that I wanted to draft. And now we're at the end of the season. And it goes by so fast, man. And so, it was funny because during this time you build like a brotherhood. You watch the kids build a brotherhood, build a friendship. And you also build a friendship and a relationship with the parents. And during this transition and during this time period, man, it was like such a cool experience. It's only my second time coaching, and I want to keep coaching. And it's even more rewarding when one of the parents texts you and says, "Hey, Zach, my kid has said that this is the best team he's ever played on, and we got to figure out how to get these kids together again next season." And so that just makes you feel good as a coach and as a individual who leads the team and leads these kids, because these kids do look up to you. These kids do have a sense of, you have a sense of authority over these kids, because it's not just their parents telling them what to do. It's a different person. And so, like, if you haven't coached youth sports, I encourage you, get outside with your kids, man. Practice with your kids. I encourage you to take on that challenge of coaching a kid's youth sport, like coaching youth sports. It's not always easy because of the time commitments, but at the end of the season, it's so worth it. And during the season, it's so worth it. And one thing my wife told me was that, Zach, why aren't you gonna coach? Because I wasn't going to at first. And she's like, you're never, ever gonna get older and say to yourself that you've coached too much. And that hit me. And I'm like, man, you're so right, because they go to basketball next. After football today, after flag football, we go to basketball. And I didn't want to coach because of the commitment, but my wife forced me to do it. Didn't force me, but like she pushed me to do it. And she's 100% right. You're never going to regret coaching your kids or coaching youth sports. In fact, you're going to learn some life lessons. And so today, guys, I want to go over with you 3 things that I've learned this season from coaching youth sports. I'll take you guys with me. So I'm going to share with you guys 3 things I've learned. All right, guys, so lesson number 1. First thing I've learned, and first thing I want to share with you guys here in this video, is that sometimes you can't find the motivation for yourself, but you'll find the motivation for others. And so if you can't do it for yourself, do it for others. Like, what I mean by that is that it reminds me back to my days when I was working with, when I first got my start in real estate. I was doing real estate sales for a company, and, we're all programmed to be at a certain level. We're all programmed to operate and have the daily activities at a certain threshold, at a cap. And it wasn't until I had mentors and I had somebody who believed in me, or somebody looking at me to be the producer, to be the one that got the results. And so coaching youth sports, at first I didn't want to do it. At first I wasn't like excited to do it. But as I took on the role, it wasn't about me, it was now about the kids. And I had to be the one to put in the extra time. I had to be the one that developed some plays. I had to be the one that got the wristbands. I had to be the one that came up with the plays and the fundamentals and the game plan for the kids to go off of these wristbands, like things that I wasn't gonna do. But yet, because other people were relying on me, you have to step up to the plate. It forces you to do more than you think you could do on your own. Because if you're left to your own devices, if you're left to your own habits, you've been stuck exactly where you are right now for as long as you have been, because you are programmed a certain way and you have a certain threshold, you have a certain cap in your mind of what you're capable of. So in life, not just sports, but in life, if you cannot do something for yourself, find others that push you to do it for them. Find somebody else. Obviously, we can go look at our kids, right? You don't do it for yourself, but you do it for your kids. But even look outside of that, because there's still a cap to that part, because your kids are part of your life and they're part of your program that you're stuck to. My program was never to be a coach. But now that I'm a coach, now I got parents that look up to me. I got parents who are asking me to coach again next season. I got kids who want to be part of my team. One of the best things, man, I had a kid, Michael, came up to me. This is 2 weeks ago. I was sitting there And I coached this kid, Michael, in basketball. My first time coaching basketball was a year ago. Dude, this kid, Michael's playing football. He came up to me. I was sitting on the sideline getting my game plan ready. He came up to me and just gave me a big hug. Bro, like, that's the impact you have on others. So if you can't do it for yourself, find others that force you to do it for them. Yeah, it's big day. It's Super Bowl day. We waited all season for this moment today. All right, Noah, what's a lesson that you learned this season playing football?
About stepping up to be a quarterback because my star quarterback isn't there.
Okay. So you're stepping up to be a quarterback. You're stepping up to the position because we have somebody who's not able to show up today, our star quarterback. And so you stepped up to the plate when the time called for it, and you're the one that's going to make it happen today, right? Mm-hmm. Even though you have self-doubt, you don't believe it because you never played that position, but you stepped up to that role, right? I'm proud of you. Jules, let's talk about it. What are you excited about? What did you learn this season playing football with this team?
To play against bigger kids.
It's okay, relax. To play against bigger kids. What did that teach you?
To get me better.
It gets you better, right? So you might not win every game, you might not win every play, but what happens is that when you play the game and you play against kids that are bigger than you, you get better, right? And guess what? Now next season, when you play next season, you're that much better, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm proud of you too, buddy boy. Dab it up. Dab it up. Is it dap or dab?
Dab.
It's dab. All right, it's dab.
No, dab it up.
Dab it up. Okay, so it is dab.
What the hell? What the hell, Yante? What the hell?
Nothing like hitting game day and realizing that we never scheduled a parent to bring snacks for the day. So now we got our dirty ass car right here.
Embarrassing.
We are preparing for dinner tonight and for snacks for the game. So again, nothing like last minute, being prepared last minute, but hey, it is what it is. Where's that sun at? Sun was out all day, all morning, until of course I come out here to lay out. Baby's asleep, kids are inside playing their video games with their friends. You know, sometimes I just come out here and I meditate and I reflect on just the lifestyle, like the life that we live here in South Florida. If you're stuck in one of those cities, man, where there's not much to do, like there's no activities happening, it's a small area, it's small opportunities, man, I just wish more people would get out there and just experience life more. And sometimes like I can just sit here and lay here and just soak up the sun and just, it's quiet where we're at. And just reflect on life, reflect on where we came from and how we got to where we are, and just be so grateful for what we have all around us. This damn flies, bro. Anyway, guys, it's about to be that time. It's game time. Let's go.
It's about damn time.
All right, so that brings me to lesson number 2, is that in life, as kids, I see these kids all the time hyping each other up, getting each other excited. But what matters the most is that my hype man, Aiden, for instance, last weekend, he's my hype man. He gets everybody excited and hype. And he said that he's gonna, if somebody gets let down, he's gonna bring them up. And I saw him do it. But what happened was that the lesson is that it doesn't matter what you say to others. What matters first is what you say to yourself and how you talk to yourself. Because you could say the best things to your teammates or to your colleagues or to anybody else. You could tell them you're going to do this or do that. But until it actually happens to you, how do you speak to yourself? What do you say to yourself when adversity hits you? So last weekend, for instance, my boy Aiden, my wide receiver, he missed the ball. He dropped the ball. He came back to the huddle with his shoulders down, let down. And he's the one who's supposed to bring everybody up. He's the one who usually brings everybody up. So the point is, it's not about what you say to others. It's about first what you say to yourself and how you bring yourself up. And so today, boys, Noah, what is the saying that you're going to do today in the game if you get let down?
I'm gonna say I'm the best.
I'm the best. I'm great. I'll move on to the next one, right? All right, and we're gonna stay with that, and we're gonna talk to ourselves and be mentally tough, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and Julian, what about you?
I believe in myself, and I can beat every team.
And you can beat every team, and you can beat everybody on that team, right?
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter whether you actually can or you can't, it's all about your belief system, and that all starts with your self-talk and your thoughts. So guys, again, lesson number 2. It doesn't matter what you say to other people until you can first talk to yourself that way. All right, bro. So today was a tough loss. The first game we were down. The first game could not have went any better for the situation that we were in. The first game we were down 12-6. There was about 37 seconds left. My boy was the QB, went for the last touchdown, threw a bomb pass, and bro, we got the touchdown with 12 seconds left in the game. Went for the extra point, and thank God my boy threw it to my other boy Julian, and we got the touchdown. We won the first game 13-12. So that was phenomenal. That was great. And then came game 2. And game 2, we just got our, let's just say it this way, we got our asses handed to us in game 2, 21-0. The team beat us last weekend. They're just a good team. They have a guy on that team that just crushed us. But that brings me up to lesson number 3. And lesson number 3 with coaching these kids, and one of the big things I had to say at the very beginning was that, listen, when we lost our very first game this season, it's like, guys, if you won every single game, you wouldn't know the joys of actually winning. And so lesson number 3 is that you have to lose the games to understand the value in winning. You can't just go through life thinking that you're going to win in every single situation, because not every situation is meant for you to win. You have to experience the loss. This world is based off of polarity. You won't understand the good without the bad. You don't have a left without a right. You don't have the feeling of happiness unless you have that feeling of sadness and of being mad and pissed off because you lost the game. You have to have the polarity of both to enjoy the other. So while we didn't win today, it just brought me to lesson number 3, which is, again, you have to know the losses. You have to be able to deal with the losses, because it just makes winning that much more better. It feels better when you win after you've experienced what it feels like to lose. These damn gnats, bro. What is up with these gnats everywhere? Damn, dude. It's because that door's open. Anyway, Guys, listen, that's the experience from that happened today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. I hope you guys got some kind of lessons out of this thing. These freaking bugs, dude. Hope you guys got some kind of value out of this. These types of vlogs, I want to do these more. And hope you got some valuable insight out of today's lessons. I know I do. These things help me all the time. And today was just a great day, man. So my wife and I were going to drop the baby off to my mother-in-law's. My boys are now with my mom. And I think it's time that my wife and I go have a drink, meet up with some friends, and we call it a day for this first vlog. Guys, keep pushing. Don't stop. Out.